Hello to everyone and welcome to our last video regarding our journey into the eukaryotic cell. As we discussed it last time, today we are going to have a look in more details about the specific organelles that generally compose a eukaryotic cell. Here, for example, so after analyze the nucleus. So last time we say that inside the nucleus it's possible to find genetic material such as DNA. So close to the nucleus, actually attached to the nucleus, there is another essential important organelles, so-called endoplasmatic reticulum. So this one, okay, the red one. As I told you for the first time, it's always better when we study biology to have a look, apart from the theoretical concept, also to the image in order to better focus in our mind how does it looks like basically. So the endoplasmatic reticulum is a series of membranes with the cytoplasm in the form of a flatted sheet, sacs and tubes, as we can see here. The endoplasmatic reticulum creates many membrane-enclosed space spread throughout the cytoplasm and has connection with the outer membrane of the nucleus. So very clear, right? Which are basically the functions of the endoplasmatic reticulum? There is the secretion and transport of proteins and lipids, which are essential for the cells, and also storage of proteins and minerals. Basically, the endoplasmatic reticulum can be divided in two different parts, so the rough and the smooth. Rough endoplasmatic reticulum studied with the ribosomes, site of the synthesis of many proteins. So synthesis of many proteins means production of proteins, and all ribosomes on the R endoplasmatic reticulum, so R means rough, are actively involved in the protein synthesis. An example can we see here, right? So where there is the endoplasmatic reticulum complexing with the ribosome, we have the rough endoplasmatic reticulum. The other one is the smooth endoplasmatic reticulum, is the site for the synthesis of steroids and other lipids, calcium ionium storage in the muscle, detoxification of drugs, toxin, alcohol, especially in the liver. And again, also we have apart this image, also how does it look at the microscope, okay? So here is the smooth, here is the rod with presence of ribosomes. Regarding the ribosomes, is a complex made of protein and RNA, which assumes an important part in the course of the decoding the genetic message reserved in the genome into protein. Ribosomes generally are made of protein and ribonucleic acid, so called, as I told you before, RNA, in almost equal amount. It comprises of two sections called subunity. So, for example, this is a ribosome, which is made of two different subunity. We have a large subunity and small subunity. Large subunity plus small subunity, they form together a ribosome. So the main, let's say, the main how to say the main role which the ribosomes assume inside the cell is definitely the protein production, and also they help for the coding of genetic message, as we can see here. Okay, maybe for now it's not completely clear, but during the molecular biology course we will have we will add more details about this kind of process. For now, just remember that there are organelles, very important organelles, and they help for decoding the genetic message from the genome to proteins. The Golgi apparatus, also called the Golgi complex, is a membrane-bound organelle of a eukaryotic cell that is made up of series of flatted, staked pouches called the cisterne. The Golgi apparatus, as we can see here, is responsible for transporting, modifying, and packaging proteins and lipids into vesicles for delivery to target destination. It is located in the cytoplasm next to the endoplasmatic reticulum and near the cell nucleus. So again, if you remember, we started from the nuclei, then we studied the endoplasmatic reticulum, and then close to the endoplasmatic reticulum there is a Golgi apparatus. While many types of cells contain only one or several Golgi apparatus, plant cell can contain till hundreds. And exactly what I was saying before, I just put here this image in order to have a general overview of what we are saying. So our journey inside the eukaryotic cell, we started here with the nucleus, then the endoplasmatic reticulum, which can be rough or smooth, and immediately after we can found the Golgi apparatus. So it's another organelle membrane is outside, and this is our Golgi apparatus. Mithocondrias. Mithocondrias are membrane-bounded cell organelles that generate most of the chemical energy needed to power the cell biochemical reaction. As an organelle, so it's always made of two different kind of membrane: an external membrane and inner membrane. And in addition, what can we see inside is this presence of these crystals, where many biochemical reaction actually take place. Here example is just a draw of a mitochondria. Here a more detailed image in order to represent a mitochondria, and again here how does the mitochondria looks like. Okay, so at the microscope again we can easily identify an inner space, we can identify inner membrane, and also an outer membrane, so external membrane. In general, mitochondria are often referred to as the powerhouse of the cell, basically, as I told you before, because they produce this ATP, that is, let's say, an amount of energy for the cell in order to make a reaction, to respond to external stimuli. They help turn the energy we take from food into energy that the cell can use. But there is more to mitochondria than energy production. They generally also involved in the life of the cell. For example, they also decide when, unfortunately, the cell has to die or not. So there are many other roles that the mitochondria can play, let's say, apart from the energy production. And now, so it's time for activity again. In this video, I put this link I just found very useful. So it's a welcome to visible learning, study, learn, and teach life science in 3D. You can start your amazing 3D journey inside the cell. Just click on the link and play as much as you want, as much as you can. You can have actually a really 3D journey inside the cell, and hopefully you are gonna refresh some of concept that you learned during this video. And again, another, let's say, general overview and kind of cell with all the organelles. So we haven't ever looked all of them, but the main idea for this kind of activity just to watch it so carefully, try to match and identify what is the nucleus, nucleus, and ribosomes. In the next activity, general overview, there is a small task for you, small exercise: identify the cell organelles and indicate the correct name. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I really hope that you enjoy this course, and hopefully we will see each other for the next unit. Bye, take care.